Welcome to the deep dive.
Huh?
Today we're going to be exploring something pretty cool called MindSculpt.
Mm-hmm.
It's an AI tool that's got everyone talking because, well, it claims to make 3D design as easy as thinking. We've got articles from AI Toolbox, some early user reviews, and even a research paper on the tech behind it.
Okay.
With us to help break it all down is an expert in AI and design.
Hi, everyone.
So I think this is really fascinating.
Yeah.
How MindSculpt is kind of pushing the boundaries of human-computer interaction.
It really is.
Right. It's not just about giving commands. It's about the AI understanding your intent
Right.
and translating that into a 3D model.
Yeah, it's really pushing it to the next level.
So, okay, let's unpack this thought to 3D magic.
Right.
The research paper mentions something called a generative adversarial network, or GAN.
Yeah.
What exactly is that? How does it play into all of this?
Well, a GIN is basically two neural networks working together.
Okay.
One network generates 3D models, and the other acts as a critic, judging how realistic those models are.
Oh, interesting.
They essentially train each other,
Right.
getting better and better over time.
Wow.
What MindSculpt seems to be doing is personalizing that GAN by calibrating it to your brainwaves and verbal cues.
So it's not just drawing from a generic database of 3D objects, it's actually learning how you think about shapes and forms.
That seems to be the case.
Wow.
And that's what makes it so innovative.
Right.
The articles mention a calibration process where you essentially teach the AI your personal design language.
Oh, cool.
You know, think of it like this. If I asked you to picture a comfortable chair,
Okay.
the image in your head would be different from mine.
Yeah, for sure.
MindSculpt is trying to capture those individual nuances.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Now, the reviews talk about how intuitive the interface is. They mention using gestures and voice commands.
Oh.
Can you give us an idea of what that might look like in practice?
Well, imagine you're wearing a headset that can read your brainwaves and track your eye movement.
Mm-hmm.
You might start by simply thinking of a general shape, like a sphere.
Okay.
Then you could use hand gestures to mold that shape,
Right.
pulling it out to create a cylinder,
Okay.
or pinching it to add curves.
Gotcha.
You could even say things like, make it taller, or smooth out the edges.
So it's almost like sculpting with virtual clay,
Yeah.
but using your thoughts and voice as the tools.
Exact. That's a good analogy.
Right.
The articles emphasize that the goal is to make 3D design feel as natural as possible,
Okay.
removing the barriers of complex software interfaces.
That's a huge shift from traditional 3D design software, which can be really intimidating.
It is, yeah.
Especially for beginners.
Absolutely.
Right.
MindSculpt seems to be aiming for a more intuitive, accessible approach,
Yeah.
which is one of the reasons it's generating so much buzz.
And it's not just about the tech itself, it's
Right.
about the potential impact.
Yes.
Right. The AI Toolbox articles highlight all sorts of exciting use cases for this technology.
It does.
They mention designers rapidly prototyping products, educators bringing lessons to life, and 3D architects visualizing buildings before they're even built.
Wow.
It feels like we're on the cusp of a creative revolution.
It certainly is disruptive technology with the potential to democratize design in a way we haven't seen before.
Right.
Imagine a world where anyone, regardless of their technical skills,
Yeah.
can bring their ideas to life in 3D.
Okay, so hold on. Let's put ourselves in the listener's shoes.
Right?
Say you're working on a project.
Okay.
Maybe you're designing a new product or planning an event.
Okay.
How could MindSculpt help you specifically?
Mm-hmm.
What are some real-world examples?
Well, let's say you're designing a piece of furniture,
Okay.
a chair.
Right.
You could start with a vague idea. Maybe you want a chair that feels modern but also cozy.
Okay.
With MindSculpt, you could experiment with different shapes and forms, seeing the changes in real time as you adjust your thoughts and give voice commands.
So instead of sketching it out on paper or wrestling with complex software, you're essentially sculpting it with your mind.
Exactly.
Right.
And the AI is there to assist you, offering suggestions, refining your ideas,
Okay.
and ensuring the design is structurally sound.
It's like having a superpowered design assistant
Yeah.
who can instantly translate your thoughts into reality.
And that's what's so exciting about this technology.
Yeah.
It's not about replacing human creativity.
Right.
It's about augmenting it, making the design process more fluid,
Yeah.
intuitive, and accessible.
But with all this talk about AI reading our thoughts and translating them into designs, doesn't that raise some concerns about privacy?
That's a very important point.
Right.
While the technology itself is fascinating, it's crucial to be mindful of the potential implications for data privacy and security.
So as we continue our deep dive into MindSculpt, we'll need to consider not only its incredible potential, but also the responsibility that comes with developing and using such powerful tools. We'll get into that in more detail a little bit later.
Okay.
We were just talking about the potential impact of MindSculpt,
Right.
especially its potential to democratize design.
Yeah.
It's almost like giving everyone a set of digital tools and saying, go create.
That's a great analogy. And what's really exciting is how the social buzz is already reflecting that
Yeah.
the AI Toolbox articles mention that hashtag MindSculpt is trending with people sharing their early creations and experiences.
I saw that too. It seems like there's a real sense of community building up around this tool.
Yeah.
Even though it's still relatively new, people are helping each other learn the ropes,
Right.
sharing tips and tricks, and even collaborating on projects.
That's a key aspect of any emerging technology. It's not just about the tool itself.
Right.
It's about the community that forms around it supporting each other
Yeah.
and pushing the boundaries of what's possible.
And it seems like MindSculpt is particularly well suited for that kind of collaborative creativity.
Yeah.
I can imagine teams of people working together.
Right.
Each contributing their own ideas and shaping the design in real time.
Exactly. Think about architects collaborating on a building design,
Oh, yeah.
or filmmakers creating virtual sets and props.
Right.
MindSculpt could be a game changer for those kinds of collaborative workflows.
But let's get back to the idea of democratizing design.
Okay.
Do you think MindSculpt really has the potential to level the playing field? To make 3D design accessible to everyone regardless of their skill level?
I think it has the potential, but it's important to acknowledge that there will still be a learning curve.
Okay.
Even with an intuitive interface,
Right.
you'll still need to learn how to communicate effectively with the AI.
Yeah.
How to translate your ideas into the language of 3D design.
Right. You can't just think giant robot unicorn and expect it to materialize perfectly on the screen.
Right, exactly.
There's a bit of a dance involved back and forth between the user and the AI.
That's a good point, and it brings up an interesting question.
Yeah.
How much of our creative process are we handing over to the algorithm? Where does the human input end and the AI's interpretation begin?
That's a question worth pondering. On one hand, it's exciting to think about the AI as a collaborative partner,
Right.
helping us to refine our ideas and push the limits of our creativity.
Right.
But on the other hand, it's important to be mindful of the potential for the AI to steer our designs in directions we didn't intend.
And that's why it's crucial for designers to understand how the technology works,
Right.
to be aware of its limitations, and to maintain a critical eye throughout the design process.
It's almost like learning a new language,
Yeah,
a way of communicating with the AI in a way that it understands.
it is.
And like any language, it takes
Yeah,
practice and patience to become fluent.
precisely. And as with any new tool,
Right.
there will be a period of experimentation and adaptation as users explore the possibilities and discover what works best for them.
Speaking of new tools, let's zoom out for a moment
Okay.
and consider MindSculpt within the broader context of the AI landscape.
Right.
How does this fit into the bigger picture of AI development?
Well, MindSculpt is a really fascinating example of how AI is evolving beyond just automation and data analysis into realms that were once considered uniquely human:
Right.
creativity, imagination, and design.
It's not just about robots taking our jobs.
Right.
It's about AI becoming a collaborative tool,
Yeah.
helping us to explore new frontiers in art, design, and innovation.
And that's what makes AI Toolbox so valuable.
Yeah.
It's a platform for exploring these cutting-edge developments, for demystifying AI, and making it accessible and exciting.
It's about turning that initial into a, whoa, I can do that,
Exactly.
and sparking that curiosity to learn more, to explore the possibilities.
And speaking of possibilities, let's talk about some of the potential challenges we need to consider as we venture further into the world of AI-assisted design.
Okay, so we've talked about the incredible potential of MindSculpt,
Yeah.
but like any powerful tool,
Right.
it comes with responsibilities.
Yes, it does.
What are some of the potential pitfalls we should be considering?
Well, one concern is the potential for bias in the AI algorithms.
Okay.
AI systems are trained on massive data sets.
Right.
And if those data sets reflect existing biases in society, those biases can be amplified in the AI's output.
So, for example, if the AI is trained primarily on designs created by men, it might struggle to generate designs that cater to women's needs or preferences.
That's a possibility, and it's something we need to be very mindful of as we develop and deploy AI tools.
It seems like diversity and representation in the data sets used to train these AIs is crucial
It is.
to ensure that the technology doesn't perpetuate existing inequalities.
Absolutely. And it's not just about the data itself.
Right.
It's about the teams of people who are developing these algorithms. We need diversity of thought, diverse perspectives to challenge assumptions and ensure that AI is developed and used in ways that benefit everyone.
So it's not just about building cool tech. It's about building a better future one where AI empowers us all, not just a select few.
Well said. And that brings us to a crucial question. How can we ensure that AI tools like MindSculpt are used ethically and responsibly in a way that benefits humanity as a whole?
That's the million-dollar question, isn't it?
It is.
It's easy to get caught up in the excitement of new technology, but we can't lose sight of the potential consequences.
It's a conversation we need to be having now, proactively addressing potential risks and establishing guidelines and regulations to ensure that AI development aligns with our values.
Values like fairness, transparency, and accountability.
Exactly. We need to ensure that AI tools are used in ways that are transparent, accountable, and accessible to all.
Because otherwise, we risk creating a world where the benefits of AI are concentrated in the hands of a few while others are left behind.
And that's a future we want to avoid. The power of AI is immense, but it's up to us to ensure that it's used for good, to create a more equitable and just world for all.
So as we move forward with this exploration of AI and its impact on our lives, it's crucial that we engage in these conversations.
It is.
That we challenge assumptions.
Yeah.
And that we hold ourselves and each other accountable for creating a future where AI empowers everyone, not just a select few.
And that's what's so great about AI Toolbox. It's a platform for having these conversations, for sharing knowledge, and for exploring the ethical and societal implications of AI.
It's about fostering a sense of shared responsibility for the future we're creating together.
Exactly. And it's through these kinds of open and honest conversations that we can ensure that AI truly lives up to its potential to make the world a better place for everyone.
Well, we've covered a lot of ground today, from the technical details of MindSculpt to its potential impact on the future of design and the ethical considerations we need to address as we move forward.
It's been a fascinating discussion, and I'm excited to see how this technology continues to evolve and what new possibilities emerge.
Me too. But before we wrap up, I want to bring it back to you, the listener.
Okay.
What stands out to you about MindSculpt? Are you excited, skeptical, or maybe a bit of both?
We'd love to hear your thoughts, share your reactions, your questions, and your ideas using #MindSculptExperience.
And be sure to check out AI Toolbox for more deep dives into the world of cutting-edge AI. We're your guides to the most exciting, thought-provoking, and sometimes even mind-bending tech out there.
So are you ready to step into the future of design? With MindSculpt, the power to create is quite literally in your mind.
We'll be back soon with another deep dive into the world of AI. Until then, keep those creative sparks flying, and remember, the future is what we make it. You know, we've been talking about the potential impact of MindSculpt on the design world and beyond.
Yeah.
But I want to bring it back to something you mentioned earlier.
Okay.
The idea of the AI learning a user's design language.
Right.
That feels really personal.
It is very personal.
Almost like the AI is getting to know a part of you.
It is, and I think that's what makes MindSculpt so intriguing. It's not just about manipulating shapes, you know? It's about translating your thoughts, your aesthetic preferences, your unique way of seeing the world into a tangible form.
It almost feels like we're blurring the lines between our internal world of imagination and the external world of physical creation.
That's a great way to put it.
Right.
And it raises some fascinating questions about the nature of creativity itself.
Right. Like, what does it mean to design something?
Exactly.
When the AI is playing such an active role in shaping the outcome?
Is it a collaboration?
Yeah.
A partnership?
Is it something entirely new?
Yeah.
A fusion of human and artificial intelligence that we're only beginning to understand?
It's certainly a new paradigm.
Yeah.
And I think it's one that will continue to evolve as AI technology advances.
Okay.
You know, we're just scratching the surface of what's possible when it comes to human AI collaboration in creative fields.
And that brings us back to that thought-provoking question posed in the AI Toolbox article.
Right.
Now that 3D design is this easy, what will you create?
Right.
What kind of creative potential might MindSculpt unlock in people who never even consider themselves designers?
That's what I find so exciting about this technology.
Yeah.
You know, it's about empowering people to express themselves in new ways,
Okay.
to bring their ideas to life in a way that was previously inaccessible to them.
Right.
Imagine a child designing their dream treehouse,
Wow.
or a small business owner creating a prototype for a new product.
It's about democratizing creativity,
Yes.
making it accessible to everyone, not just those with specialized skills or expensive software.
Exactly. And it's not just about the practical applications.
Okay.
It's about the sheer joy of creation.
Right.
The satisfaction of seeing your ideas take shape before your eyes.
I think that's what really resonates with people.
I think so too.
It's the feeling of, I can do this.
Yeah,
I can create something amazing, even if I've never designed anything before.
exactly. And it's not just about the individual act of creation. It's
Yeah.
about the potential for MindSculpt to foster a culture of creativity.
Right.
A world where people are constantly experimenting, innovating, and sharing their ideas.
That's a really inspiring vision. A world where creativity is not just a hobby for a select few, but a fundamental part of how we live, work, and interact with the world around us.
And that's why it's so important to have these conversations, to explore the ethical considerations,
Right.
and to ensure that AI is developed and used in a way that benefits humanity as a whole.
It's about shaping the future of technology in a way that aligns with our values, with our hopes for a more just, equitable, and creatively vibrant world.
Well said. And that's a message we need to keep amplifying,
Yeah.
both within the tech community and beyond.
So to all our listeners out there, we encourage you to dive into this world of AI-powered creativity.
Yes.
To explore the possibilities of MindSculpt and to share your experiences with us.
We want to hear from you.
What will you create? What new worlds will you imagine?
We can't wait to see what you come up with.
And remember, AI Toolbox is here to guide you on this exciting journey of discovery. Stay curious, stay engaged, and stay tuned for more deep dives into the ever-evolving world of AI.